Hi, this is Jen from 7 Odd Acres, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite fermented beverages, and that's fruit kvass. It is super easy to make, and it's delicious. I used to drink a lot of kefir, water kefir, and kombucha, but I didn't enjoy how much sugar I was putting into each batch, and I started to wonder how healthy it really is. Then I came across this, and I'm converted. Oh, the baby might be waking up here. So all you need is some fruit. I'm using berries. I love the berries. And some ginger and honey and water, of course. And you can use whey. I did this batch with whey, and it did ferment a little faster than the batch with just honey. And we're going to taste test those at the end of the video here too. So I like to start by just pouring a little bit of water into a measuring cup, dissolving my honey the best I can. The honey won't dissolve 100%, and that's fine. For 2 quarts, which is what I like to make, you want about 2 tablespoons. I use a glorp about that size. I just use a measuring cup because it's easier to smush it around than in the jar. If your honey is more liquid, you might not have to do this. I have warmed up the water a little bit on the stove, but I've warmed it up too much and then killed the beneficial bacteria in the honey and then had a flop batch. So I just take the extra couple minutes to dissolve it in just room temperature water now. You can use any fruit you like I said before. I just default to berries. When I was drinking kombucha, I would always double ferment. So what you do with that is you drain off your kombucha, put it in a jar like this, add berries, and leave it on the counter for a couple days. Or whatever fruit you like, of course. But this is way easier because I just throw it in the jar. I don't have to handle a SCOBY or rinse the grains. You just set it and forget it. So I think I got the honey dissolved enough in here. So I'm going to throw the berries in first. They're just frozen berries that I rinsed. It's better to use fresh. You'll have less flop batches using fresh organic. But frozen's what I have right now. Make an epic mess of my berries here. So you usually want a little more berries. You want about 1/4 of the jar. This is all I have left in the freezer, so it's going to make do. And then you want a hunk of ginger, about that big for this size. It's not an exact science. You just kind of throw it in and let it do its job. I do like to cut my ginger fairly thin though, so that it disperses better. And I love ginger, so I use quite a lot. And I might even start upping my ginger, but I also want my 5-year-old to be able to drink it and not get too spicy here. So I just throw the ginger on top. I'm just going to pour my water, my honey in there. And then top it off. I use a sterilized jar. I just steam sterilize it on the stove with my little vegetable steamer thing. And I steamed the lid and the ring as well. I also use distilled water. If I was using tap water, I would have boiled it and let it cool to room temperature. But this is pretty much it. Berries, water, ginger, honey. Put the lid on, leave it on the counter for a couple days, and you'll start to notice, I'm not sure if you can see here, bubbles forming. These ones I think I'm going to leave for a couple more days to carbonate a little more. This one's quite much further behind. We're going to taste them now because I haven't tried it with whey, so I'm going to tell you if it's worth the extra trouble of whey or not. And whey really isn't a lot of trouble. I make my own yogurt a lot, but you don't have to use your homemade yogurt to get whey. You can easily just drain off a little bit of whey from store-bought yogurt as long as it's plain yogurt, or use yogurt from cheese making, or use whey from cheese making. So let's see. Actually, that's really nice. I only used about a tablespoon of whey in this, but I really like it. It's just as good, if not better, as the regular stuff, but it's not necessary again. If you have whey, it'll just boost the fermenting process and add a few more beneficial bacteria to it. It's handy, but it's not necessary. Also with fermenting, I haven't tried it with this, but I'm sure you could, is from each batch, like when I'm doing my carrots or my cabbage, I scoop out a little bit of the liquid from the previous batch to add to the new batch, as long as it's still a good batch. If it's a crappy batch, I'll just start over from scratch. It's not that big of a deal. It just speeds up the process and adds more beneficial bacteria, but it's not necessary. I hope you give this a try at home. Let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of fruit variations you're using. I do want to try an apple cinnamon ginger sometime this week as well. So I'll let you know how that goes. Thanks very much and have a good day. Bye.